Hello and welcome back to the Object Camp. I'm your host, the speaker announcer. Last time, Custard asked you guys to answer some questions about himself and I will read out the answers for them. But before we get to the answers, we have some confessionals. The first question asks, what age did Custard start his very first YouTube channel? The answer was 6. Custard told me that he wouldn't be surprised if few people got this right, because starting a channel that young was rather unheard of nearly a decade ago. The second question was a true or false? The statement is that Custard likes tomatoes. The answer was false. If I can recall from Saturday, all of you got this question right, so congrats. Also, Custard says that he doesn't hate tomatoes, but he just does not like them that much. Okay, moving on to the third question. It asked whether Custard has ever been to a soccer match. The answer is C. A lot of you said A probably, because you didn't see the third option, which was multiple times. In fact, Custard has been to 3 soccer matches, and all of them were within the last 5 years. Question 4 was another true or false? The statement was that Custard's favorite BFDI character is David. The answer is true. In fact, Custard has been a big fan of David ever since he first started watching BFDI in 2017, quite late, He says that his honorable mentions are Coin, Pin and Dora. Now we have reached the halfway mark. Only 4 questions remain. The 5th question asks how many people Custard knew before they signed up for the camp. The answer is C. He knows 3 people in real life in the camp, which was 1 more than his previous camp. Okay. Question 6 asks why the sky in the camp intro is black. I am going to say right now that I was surprised by how many people got this question wrong. The answer is B. Yes. It was an encoding error, not aesthetics, like most of you guys said. I thought that more people would get this question right. Question 7 is the third true or false question. The statement was that Custard's cat died when it was 18. The answer is false. In a horrible coincidence, Custard's cat died on its 19th birthday. He has not got a new pet since. Finally, the last question asks what Custard's old channel was called. Most of you got this question right. The answer was C. It was called Nin Lewis, and that's what he goes by on Spotify as an artist. If you want to hear some cringe launchpad music, search Nin Lewis on Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, iTunes and more. Going in order of who submitted first, I will read out individual results. First is TV, who only got 3 out of 8. Next is Toilet Who, for knowing Custard quite well, surprisingly only got 5 out of 8. But it only gets worse. Cheesy got a measly 2 out of 8. Thankfully, we have some good scores. Book got 7 out of 8, while Ruby, Lightbulb, and Cake got 6. And Yin Yang also got a 6 out of 8. Finally, Test Tube got 4 out of 8, exactly half. Sadly, quite a few people did not do the challenge. If you are one of those people, we will introduce you to a strike system. If you don't do a challenge, you get 1 strike. 3 strikes and your character is put up for re-sign-ups. If you are excused, then you will not get a strike. For overall results for each team, I put in a twist. It will be based on mean averages instead of adding each score. Okay, here are the average scores. Before we get up to who is up for elimination, the highest scoring camper on each team gets a win token. Because they've got the lowest average score, even though the most people went from their team, Mistafone Inc. are up for elimination. Also, I will add in everyone who did not do the challenge to the elimination. Come on. Choose one and Custard will delete your vote once he has seen it.